jerk popped up her Facebook status. Her comment quickly follows. Sure, honey, you could have another earring, as long as it's okay with your mother. He knows it's not okay with me. Why do I always have to be the bad guy? Why don't he just step up and be a man? That was a true Facebook thread that I observed, and it made me feel sorry for the mother, the father, and for the child. How often does this happen to mothers of teenage kids being hung out to dry by their husbands? Why do men do this? This is the beginning of our summer 2011 series. We're going to follow the theme, Husbands, Love Your Wives, based on St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians, chapter 5. Hi everyone, I'm Raylan Alamo, and you're watching Citadel Catholic Media. Often when I bring up this piece of scripture and mention, wives, be submissive to your husband, I usually will have a well-meaning lady chime on in right behind me saying, and husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave his life up for her. It makes me want to ask the question, are you trying to tell me that you want him dead? Don't answer that. I really hope not. What I think we're experiencing today is a bit of an overcorrection or an oversensitivity due to the way maybe husbands in generations past dealt with their wives. But it's fueled so much by the feminist ideology that any bit of expression of masculinity, by a man anyway, is seen as some kind of barbaric aggression. So that even today, men in their very own homes are treated like little boys, having to ask their wives permission to do the things that they need to do. This is the root of family problems in the home today. The reversal of roles between husband and wife, opposite of the way God intended. I get the impression that most wives really want their husbands to be leaders in their families. Most of them have told me this. And it really comes into play whenever the children become teenagers and they start testing the limits, start testing the boundaries, and their father's strong hand is needed there to guide them through this difficult period of their life. But this nearly impossible time to try to start righting roles that have been lived backwards for so long. What should happen is that children should from a very young age see their parents living these roles out, their father and mother, such that the father is leading the home and the mother is right there beside him, honoring him, supporting him, and agreeably following his leadership as he carries out their vision for their family life. So dads, now is the time to step into our God-given responsibilities as leaders of our homes. Our wives and our kids need us there. Wives, be submissive to your husbands out of love for God and for him. You share a sacrament with them. There is a covenant between you, your husband, and with God. It's not just a legal agreement. Whenever you do this, the children will follow your example. They'll see a good visual example of what it means to be obedient and honorable to their elders. So they'll be obedient to you both. But here's the kicker. The husband should not be presumed to need to earn or be deserving of the respect of his wife in order for her to be submissive to him. If we look at the Ephesians 5 verse, it says, wives, be submissive to your husbands, but does not say only if your husband loves you as Christ loved the church. And why do we bring this up? Because there is no perfect man. All men are sinners. They all have their weaknesses, just like all women are sinners. And there will always be a flaw there. There will always be a weakness, something that could justify a reason for not following him. So what has to happen is that both spouses need to work together despite their weaknesses, despite any flaws that they may have, work together in the right ordered, God-given roles of mother and father in the home. And when they do this, the children will follow that example and be agreeable and honorable to both parents. You know, and I often consider my own relationship with my wife and what I would like for it to be like. And my main interest is for her to be happy. And that doesn't always involve me giving her way or letting her have everything she wants. What it involves is me doing the things that I'm supposed to do as leader of our home. When I do that, then she doesn't have to worry about it. Then she can do the things that she has to do as wife and mother for me and for our children. And whenever we're doing these things, she is one happy lady. So how about it, guys? How about we take away any excuses that our wives might have for not wanting to follow us, so that they can't have that excuse, well, if my husband was a good leader, then I'd be a good follower. And I'm not going to be so bold as to say that I'm going to stand here and tell all the dads out there how to be men, because it's already there. It's already in you. It's hardwired into you by God. And I've seen you out there leading. You lead in your workplace, you lead in business, you lead out in the community. But so many men then, after all day of leading, go home and are like children in their very own homes while their wives lead. This does not serve the family well. What I will do is I'm going to encourage you to employ the God-given traits that you possess where they are needed most, in your very own home, for your wife, and for your children. And that's where we're going to pick up next time with the program Be a Man here at Citadel Catholic Media. God bless you.